It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Seahawks and the Bulls on Thursday night primetime.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin here alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Seahawks in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that...
Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 91 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off the last game, you play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step, you go to them early and often. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down carry for Barkley. A little juke. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Wilson. And that is incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback, standing at 6'5".
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. It's Jackson, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And on now is the punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Now a hit and a loose football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season. Right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Wilson. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawks defense.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there on 3rd down. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now back to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Out of the gun now on third down. Going for it all. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out on a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, it makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Wilson. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Play action. Now Wilson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it second down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the run, it's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now it's Wilson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, and that is incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Let's go, let's go!
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. To throw is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Barkley will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. So second and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Now Wilson, it fights him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. A big win there defensively on second and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up third.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Wilson. And that is incomplete. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lambeau is good, and the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the ground, this is Jackson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Jackson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
Let's go, D.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Knight, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Jackson. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll run for it with Evans. So they fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. This is Evans. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 8. Being chased out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw caught here by Bird. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get... Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Going the other way. Check, 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 check.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On third down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens as they get set to host the Philadelphia Eagles. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and what equates to be a very tough opponent. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll start here with Jackson, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A first down carry for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. I want to take that course.
From the 29, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Man, this is ridiculous.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Wilson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the...
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So for Kyle Shanahan, he had it right as the challenge is a good one. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On third down, Wilson. To Barkley on the check down. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now Wilson on first down. Pass incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area, and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 63 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Throwing is Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now a give right side. McLean, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Lambeau will put this one through. And you can bump the lead up to 9. It's 15-6. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely That was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. On second down, it's Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On the run, this is Jackson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bird. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On second down, a run with Evans. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This time they face a 3rd and 2. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And even with the missed field goal that we just saw, they still have to try and erase a 2-score 4th-quarter deficit. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A handoff to Barkley. Fights forward at the 20. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Offside, defense.
And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Fighting him off, and he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Barkley. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And this is, unfortunately for him, a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
If I could put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown! That's caught. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bulls are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Now the extra point. It is true. The lead cut to 10, 23-13. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
And we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Open net is Waddle, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. On second down, here's Barkley. Barkley a first down and more as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Wilson. Short throw to Disley.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's second down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On second down now, Barkley. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. On the run, it's Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does.